Please, please. Hello, beautiful people. We're live.
We are?
Welcome back. It took us 50 something weeks, but we're back.
Yeah,
We
literally.
took us about as long. We
That's
took us about
crazy.
as long as the conference finals to the finals to come back and do another video, but we are back. I'm B. Jordan Smith. I got Corey with us. Say what's up, Corey, from the
Holla.
planet of Brooklyn.
What's happening? What's happening?
I got DJ. We got DJ Brown, international.
Okay. Okay.
I mean,
Listen,
we're so fortunate to have this guy. He's off tour for a couple days,
For 48
and
hours.
luckily,
I'm just
48 hours, people.
I'm just a worshiper.
We luckily got DJ Brown here. We got
Thank you.
from Houston, Texas, man, James White.
What's happening?
You're gonna. I'm not. He don't need no introduction. Y'all gonna find out in a second if you haven't watched any of the videos. Trust me, y'all gonna love him.
Shout
my
out to y'all
brother.
memes. Shout out James White, man. James White's hilarious.
I just say shout out.
And of course, my boy from North Carolina, Nick Redwood. What's going on, fellas?
What up, man? Shout out Cam Newton for getting that contract too.
Word.
That's right.
Shout out.
We
Kim
need to have
for
a
getting
separate,
that
a separate
money.
thing for that.
Oh yeah, but we're
We
gonna
need to have
talk
a separate
about what
thing
we're
for
talking
that.
about because we had to do an NFL one, of course. But today we're doing the NBA Finals preview: Golden State Warriors versus the Cleveland Cavaliers, and we're gonna have our various takes on the final series, and of course our predictions. So first, we're gonna start with. I'm gonna start with the X Factor. Who you think? Because we all know like LeBron is the best player in the Cavs. Steph Curry is the MVP. But who is the X Factor for each team?
Kyrie Irving,
All right. Why you say Kyrie?
because if Kyrie's 100% and is playing like he can play, he'll take the pressure off of LeBron James from having to carry the team for 6, 7 games, whatever it is. If Kyrie is Kyrie and can shoot and give you 30, Golden State's gonna have a hard time. But if Kyrie, like, if his health doesn't put him, I'm gonna say not even at 90%, but he's struggling a little bit.
Hmm.
You let if I'm Steve Kerr, I let LeBron score 50 a night and force everybody else to shoot.
All right, DJ. X Factor. Well, that was for Cleveland. X Factor for Cleveland.
X Factor for Cleveland, I would have to say J.R. Smith. J.R. Smith shooting like he's been doing, taking those, like he said, I don't take open shots because it's boring. Like when he makes shots like that with someone on him, they win. So I feel if he gets a good 5, 6 threes a game, averaging, they got a chance to win.
Okay, James. X Factor for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
I'm gonna go off grid. I'm gonna say James Jones.
Wow.
No.
All right.
Let me tell you why.
I told y'all. I did not warn y'all about this dude. Okay, go ahead.
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why James Jones. Let me tell you why James. I'm actually serious about this. Let me tell you why James Jones.
All right.
You already
So
know what LeBron's gonna have to do for them to win.
he
Okay?
wants to
Kyrie
make
Irving
sure that
is
LeBron's sneakers are tight. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
hilarious. Kyrie's not gonna be 100%. Okay. The
Yeah.
best he can do is attack from the perimeter. You know J.R. Smith is gonna be chucking up threes. Cleveland's gonna have to have another guy to step up at least 4 times. Other than those guys, they don't have another scorer on the squad. They're gonna need somebody who can get their own shot and can hurt them from long range because that's the only way they're gonna be able to hang, especially in those home games that they have. And normally, you know, the bench players play better in home games. They're gonna need James Jones at least 2 or 3 times to have because Mike Miller's done. You know, he's washed. So they're gonna need somebody else other than the usual suspects to hit them, like give them a good 15 to 18 to 20, possibly, at least a couple of times if they're going to win this series. If not, it could be over real quick.
Speaking of Mike Miller, he does wash LeBron's headband, so yeah, he is.
Yes, he's a washer.
All right. He's a washer now.
That's
He
dirty,
washes
man.
everything but himself.
Yeah.
That's dirty.
Yeah.
Well, it's Mike Miller. All right, Nick. Cleveland Cavaliers X Factor.
I think I'm gonna go with Shump. I think Shumpert
Okay.
defensively, he's gonna be key because I can see him guarding Curry for most of the series. Obviously, Curry is the MVP. He's gonna be a tough defensive guard, but Shump is long enough, tall enough, rangy enough, fast enough to give him just enough problems. So I think defensively, in order for Cleveland to win, Shump is going to have to play some really good defense and give LeBron like a break on that defensive side because we know LeBron's going to be on him eventually. But I think Shump overall is going to have to be the guy on the defensive side of things. So we know he can hit shots. We know he can do that, pass the ball, handle the ball here and there. But I just think defensively, the Splash Brothers, he's going to have to guard up because Smitty can't play no defense. So, I mean, Kyrie don't play no defense. So between LeBron and Shump, they're going to have to play some defense. And if they can't stop him from scoring 100 points, you know what it is. I'm going to hold my prediction. So
Right. So
that's it.
I'm gonna go with Tristan Thompson.
Mm.
The reason I say that is I've never seen him look this confident before, and playing wise, I don't want to say that he looks that confident because of the level of competition, because that would be taking something away. But because they're all in the NBA, but he stepped up big time, and when the Warriors go small, which they will, they're gonna run out just like that positionless basketball. It's gonna be like imperative on him. He's not gonna be able to just bang because you never know what Draymond's gonna be running them ragged or something like that. So I'm gonna go with Tristan Thompson. He has to grab boards. He has to finish. He has to hit free throws. Most importantly. My only other X factor is David Black because I just feel like he's gonna mess up. I have a strong feeling he's gonna mess up again. So, all right, now we're gonna go with the Golden State Warriors X factor. Corey.
Riley Curry. If she acts like she has just a little bit of sense, it's over. No, let me stop.
Who you going with?
Riley Curry.
He said Riley Curry.
Yo, she's too cute,
She's
man.
the real MVP, yo. I don't care what nobody says.
Yo, she's way too cute, man.
He's way up.
Way up.
Nah. For me, the X factor, not even a player, I'm gonna say is Steve Kerr.
Wow.
If he can devise a decent plan to keep Golden State in the game, not only on defense, but Golden State reminds me of a team is we got the object of the game is to score more anyway. So let's put up as many points as we can. If he can devise some sort of offense that can tire LeBron out and tire people out on defense, so that it opens it up for Harrison Barnes to get his 10, or Livingston to get his 10, or even Iguodala to get his 10. I'm gonna go with Steve Kerr.
Okay, DJ.
Yo,
X factor for Golden State. Did he change? Did he just change?
I'm getting dressed.
What, you going to Applebee's?
I got two. I have.
Ain't going to be the Applebee's.
I got Draymond Green. The reason why I picked Draymond Green is Draymond Green can have not average, but let's just say, they do go 7 games. Though 3 out of 7, 4 out of 7, he can have a triple double. He can have a triple double where they are focusing on him because he's such a bully. So I think that's a dope X factor, getting LeBron into foul trouble if he plays smart. And also, Iguodala got to do more for me, man. Iguodala is like one of the most bums right now. Like he's the biggest bum right now in the season. I mean, in the finals rather. So if he give me 15 off the bench and lead that bench, those are my X factors right there.
You said bench, right?
Iggy, yeah.
No, because that bench sounded. Never mind.
Wow. Listen, I'm a
That was close. All right, James.
All right, you ready? First of all, that's not fair. DJ had an X and a Y factor. You got to play by the rules.
He's only got 48 hours, man. Don't.
I'm sorry, he's a worshiper. I forgot. All right, my X factor is Festus Ezeli.
Wow.
Festus Ezeli. First of all, because his name is Festus, and you got to be an X factor in something if your name is Festus. Like you got to be good at something because the name is Festus. So there's already like 2 strikes against you. So, like how do you introduce yourself to a female and your name is Festus? Like I don't even know how that. You got to have some serious game if your name is Festus. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, but like you just can't walk up to a chick like, "Hey, my name is Festus." You know, like that's
like how do you set up a nickname to that?
Yeah,
like Festies.
Yeah, that's even worse.
Yo, that's so funny.
Fest doggy dog. Ryan.
Just call me F. I don't know. Anyway, but seriously, if you look in the last series that they had against the Rockets, and of course you know I don't like Dwight Howard, but at the very least, Dwight Howard is the best rebounder in the game. Okay, the man controls the paint. Whenever they subbed out Andrew Bogut and put Festus Ezeli in, he was eating, and they were in a plus. You know, he protected the rim. He got and ones a lot. You know, it kept Andrew Bogut from fouling out of critical games that they won. Whenever he plays well on that defensive end, and he's a big that can run the floor, he can finish on the secondary break. If he plays solid like that and doesn't get into foul trouble and keeps them on the plus side when they bring that bench in, they don't have anything to match that. Even though Tristan Thompson plays well for Cleveland and Mozgov plays well, they don't have anything to match because they haven't played a big that's going to do what he does. They haven't played one of those in the playoffs yet. If he can come in and be effective, even get Tristan Thompson and Mozgov in foul trouble, get those and ones going, that opens up the floor for Golden State even more. And, you know, it could be something. It could be something.
Okay. All right, Nick, Golden State's X Factor.
I'm gonna go with what DJ said, man. I think the bench for Golden State is very important. I mean, I know you've been talking about it. You've been saying, you know, Steph Curry's not the real MVP because he's got better players around him, blah, blah, blah. But, I mean, you're going to really see that now. It's really going to be evident and obvious how good that bench is. I mean, that bench is deep. I mean, they go like 10 deep. I mean, you know, so just giving them – if it goes 7, you know, Golden State has the advantage, plus the home court advantage too to that. But, I mean, the bench is very deep. They're very versatile. A lot of ball handlers coming off with Livingston, Iguodala, all them dudes. You know, so I go with the bench, man. The bench is key, and I don't think Cavaliers have enough for that. You know, just based on what's going on. So I'm going with the bench, man.
All right, I'm gonna go with Sean Livingston. Basically, because they don't have. When he comes off the bench, I don't think the Cavs have anybody that could check him. And I think he's going to give JR way more problems than Kent Bazemore. He's 6'7". I mean, I know he's real thin, but he's tall, long arms. And then when you need a couple buckets, he's going to get you some buckets, as proven in the previous series. So, I'm not so as hard as on Iguodala as DJ is. I think Iguodala did a great job in the last series for what he's doing right now. But I really think that Livingston is really one of those things that I mean, it's unexpected. I didn't expect him to do what he was gonna do, and then he did it, and it's consistent. So, I'm
Yeah, it's
gonna
a good
go.
pick.
I'm gonna go with Sean Livingston. So, all right. So now we talked about X factors and stuff like that. So now we're gonna we lost James. We lost James. Let's try to get James back in here. Let's try to get James back in here.
Here it
Okay,
goes.
there we go. As you speak of him, he appears.
Speaking
All
of
right, now,
Philadelphia.
now there's gonna be one of two people are gonna be Finals MVPs. So let's
So
just
that
start.
is that what we're talking about? We're talking about the MVP. We're gonna pick an MVP too.
We're gonna pick a Finals MVP. Um, I'm gonna go with Steph Curry because America loves Steph Curry.
And you
The,
hate LeBron.
the media loves Steph Curry. Um, well, I guess I'm kind of giving away my pick. So you know what? Since because like the MVP is not gonna come from a losing team. So let's just go predictions and MVP right now. So I'm picking the Warriors in 6 games. I really want to pick them in 5 games, but I feel like that would be disrespectful. So I'm gonna give myself that 1 game buffer. Um, they're the most stacked team in the NBA. They have the best home court advantage in the NBA. It's not Oracle anymore. It's Roracle. Because that place gets loud. They shoot the lights out. Um, I know I said Sean Livingston was an X factor, but I mean, nobody can stop LeBron. But Draymond Green is gonna have. I bet I'll put money on this. LeBron will have his headband back on. You ever see when LeBron start playing bad, he put his headband back on? This playoffs, I think LeBron's gonna have his headband back on by Game 3. I promise you, and Chris. Um, Draymond's gonna give him fits. Um, Clay's gonna give him fits. I don't think they match up well with Golden State. And my last point is as to why I was kind of leaning towards 5 games. The Cavs played basically nobody to get to this finals. They went through a Celtics team that only made the playoffs because of all the injuries in the East. A Chicago Bulls team that hated their coach. Derrick Rose wants to be back now, but he doesn't like the fact that Jimmy Butler's #1, so there's dissension there. Joakim Noah can't make a layup. There's so much wrong with the Bulls. On paper, they look like they should have been in the finals, but they're not. And then they beat an Atlanta Hawks team that I personally thought was going to go. Well, Eastern Conference Finals is not a failure with it for a 60-win team, but for the way they got bodied, regardless of injuries or whatever, like they just got just spanked. So I just don't think they played anybody yet to that level of competition. And like my friends continue to tell me, because I was kind of rooting against Golden State this year for in the playoffs because I was like kind of Goliath David type thing, but like they say in the WWE, it's what's best for business.
So make your pick.
And
Who you picking?
so I'm picking Golden State in 6 games. I think Steph Curry is gonna average, if not 30, probably 28 because there's nobody on that team. I mean, there's nobody can stop him. Period. And Kyrie is already limping on one leg. Steph is gonna light him up. Clay's
Amen.
cleared. It's a lot of work that's gonna get put in. So I'm gonna give Steph that MVP and give them the finals in 6 games.
All right, who's next?
No shade to LeBron. LeBron is probably gonna average 34 a game, even though he's only averaging like 20 from three, and he just
Have to get
consistently
that in
wants to
there,
choke
huh?
them up. I mean, but nobody's gonna give him a hard time because he went back home, whatever. But
May I go next?
yeah, sure, DJ. That's his third shirt, by
Yo,
the way.
this dude's in the car.
Third shirt.
All right.
He in the
I
drop.
got. Originally, I had Golden State in 6.
Wow.
I'm gonna say Golden State in 5.
Wow.
I'm feeling 5, yo.
Wow.
I'm on the back up.
Let me
I'm
tell you
feeling
why.
5.
Yo,
I'm feeling 5.
George,
y'all are disrespecting
George,
LeBron
you
big
know.
time, yo.
George, you know I'm the big. I hate LeBron to the from the crown of my head to the soles of my feet. I hate him, yo.
That's why we cool.
I hate him, but I respect him and his
Yeah, I
game.
respect him.
LeBron is gonna be LeBron, but
Yep.
J.R. Smith, if he's not that X factor, which I don't think he will be, because of Golden State's defense, and especially because their ball movement on the offensive, J.R. Smith's gonna be in foul trouble. Iman Shumpert's gonna be in foul trouble because they're gonna try to put Iman Shumpert on Steph Curry, just like they try to put him on Jeff Teague, and that wasn't working. But I say them in 5 because Steph Curry is just one of the best players ever to lead a team like this. Right now, it's just him. He's shining. LeBron is going to be LeBron, but after LeBron, they have no, like George said, Kyrie's limping on one leg. I think he's limping on 2, if you ask me.
Hey, man, a week of therapy helps a lot.
I get it. Luckily for Clay, that
And then
helped out too.
and one knee twist ends it all. All that week off. All he gotta do is land wrong once.
I think just the gameplay of the Splash Brothers, Draymond Green, Andrew Bogut defensively is gonna be too much for them. Too much.
So you say Warriors in 6?
I say the Warriors in 5.
He said 5.
It's gonna be just like LeBron first got to the finals against the Spurs.
Wow.
That was a sweep.
So who's gonna be MVP? Your MVP?
Oh, Steph Curry by far.
All right. Got you. Woo.
What, you want me to
Who's
say
next?
LeBron was gonna be MVP?
No. You hate the dude from the crown of your head to your pinky toes. I know.
All right, Nick, you go ahead.
I'll
Go
go.
next, Nick.
I'll go.
All right, James.
And might I add, DJ is on his way to host the BET Awards. That's why he got the water. That's a nice step up. Proud of you, man. The real X factor.
Or is he gonna take over for Bobby Jones on BET Gospel? All right. This is DJ Brown. DJ Brown Gospel.
This is
DJ Brown's
Zion. Bobby Jones, man.
Awful.
Bobby Jones be like, this is Zion Kippen. Give it up for George. He gonna call you George.
Yo. Okay. So before I make my prediction, let me say this. The real X factor doesn't play for the Cavaliers, doesn't play for the Warriors. It's the dudes with the stripes on their shirt.
Oh wow.
That's the real X factor. If LeBron gets those calls, especially on those road games, that's gonna tilt the series. So, and part of me is real scared about that element. You know how
I kind of disagree with you there because LeBron got that Shaq factor to him, where they, in some instances, they call everything, and in some instances, they're like he's big enough to take it. So I mean, I don't think that LeBron. I mean, to this point, even in Cleveland, I don't think to this point he gets like an advantage. I still think.
But this is the finals.
Right, that's
but
true.
This is the chosen one. Okay, he's nicknamed the chosen one for a reason. So,
but that was 11 years ago, man.
But regardless,
I got to use my first SAT power word. I think the pantheon has changed.
Well, we'll see how the games are called before.
Okay.
I'm just putting that out there. But my prediction: if we got a healthy Klay Thompson, and Golden State plays to the level of how they play, I'm saying Golden State in 5. I'm saying Golden State in 5. And the only reason I'm saying Golden State in 5 is because it's no longer the 2-3-2 format. It's the 2-2-1-1-1 format.
Right.
And I believe Golden State wants to, just like they did with Houston, I believe they want to close out and celebrate their championship in Golden State. They don't want to do it in Cleveland. LeBron's the best player.
They should
we've
do it in
heard
Cleveland though, because Cleveland's not used to that.
Not only is Cleveland not used to that,
That's so much shade.
you made a point earlier, George, about the East. Let's put this in perspective how bad the East was this year. Tim Duncan got more MVP votes than any other player in the East than LeBron James. Tim Duncan averaged 13 points a game
Crazy.
and got more MVP votes this year than any player other than LeBron James in the Eastern Conference. When they did the All NBA teams, only 3 players from the East made an All NBA team, and 2 of them from Cleveland. And the other was Pau Gasol. The East was weak, like
Basuda.
super duper weak this year, like astronomically weak. And not only were they weak, but you can't name a team that Cleveland played that actually had a good offense. None of the teams that they played have a working offense.
Okay.
The Bulls went 3 games where they went like 10 minutes without scoring a bucket in 3 games.
I want to talk about the Bulls, man.
But think about this. Everyone talks about how good Thibodeau is as a coach. They went 10 minutes without scoring a point in 3 games. Like, this is how bad. That's not happening with Golden State. Golden State's not going 10 minutes without scoring a bucket.
Heck no.
Who they got on the floor.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, world famous
Heck no.
drummer. When I finally get some money, he's gonna be my bodyguard. Ladies and gentlemen, Alex Frame is in the building, and that's a dope hat. That
Fellas,
hat
what's
is
good?
amazing.
What's up, man?
You said what?
That hat is amazing. I need. All right, I don't want that one because then I'm gonna be stealing. So, whatever the alternate to that is, I want that junk. That junk is hot.
Alright, I got you. I'm gonna have a Knicks championship hat next year, so I'll give you.
All right, so basically,
Yeah.
I didn't. And NBDL rings are rings too. So
Yeah, Dwight Howard was a champion.
if Dwight Howard could be a champion, so could Nick.
Yeah, right.
All right, so we're gonna let Nick go. Basically, we're at the point where we're doing finals MVP and predictions the series right now. So Nick.
All right, so I'm going Warriors in 6.
Okay.
Straight up. Obviously, I've been with the whole bandwagon for like December. I was sold back in December when I saw these dudes play. Because I remember you were talking. They came east and they got beat by somebody, and you're like, I'm not sure about the Warriors. Blah 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 blah.
I think it was Cleveland.
Was it Cleveland? I think it was Atlanta. It was Atlanta that beat them.
Yeah, it was Atlanta that like beat the living daylights out of them.
And you were like,
and I was like, yo, these guys, nah.
Nah, I was sold. So I mean, Golden State, man, their depth, it's gonna be tough, man. It's gonna be a tough out for LeBron and them.
Sure.
Corey.
I just want to say, DJ, you aren't the only one that hates LeBron, and I think I hate him just a little bit more than you do. I've hated the man since he came into the league.
That's very true.
Yeah. Don't even get me started on my hate.
It's a very tough out.
Yeah. My predictions, I honestly, I'm going with Golden State because I don't like LeBron James, period. Kyrie's my guy.
Why does it have to be all emotional?
That's fine.
I mean,
emotional, man.
Nah, man. LeBron, it could have been the Cavs versus the Pelicans. It could have been the Cavs versus the Pelicans, and I've been over here, my Pelicans hat, like screaming, "Go Anthony Davis!" Go. But unbiased aside, I think, and I think it was said already, Golden State just has too much firepower. I can't see Cleveland being able to stop. Because, say, Cleveland, you shut down LeBron James, you got a good chance. You can't say that with Golden State. You can't be like, oh, well, we shut down Steph Curry, then we got a good chance. You shut down Steph Curry, you still got a bench that can score. You still got
Yep.
Klay Thompson that can give you 33 and a quarter or whatever it may be. I'm saying Golden State. I like 5. I like 5 as well because the Bay Area is going to be live, and I think the true X factor is going to be the crowd. It reminds me of Seattle's crowd at home when they play at home.
That's true, yo.
This is
The
going to
Yay
be.
area.
We showing our age right now, but yeah, that's true.
Well, yeah, that's my pick. And of course, Finals MVP is going to go to Steph.
Me too.
But if it goes 7, I'm saying Cavs.
Oh wait, you just said 5. You just
Let-
said 2 games.
Let
But
You
this is
let,
what I'm
said 2
saying.
games to it.
Hold on. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying.
let
Oh my
Alex go.
gosh.
Let Alex go because I'm kind of gonna talk about that because I believe that's like I don't know if falsity is a word that Jamaican people use. It might not be
Come
a
on.
real word, but that's like one of the biggest falsities you've ever said in your life. But go ahead, James.
Nah, go ahead.
I mean,
Lex.
Frame. Alex, my bad.
You know what, yo? If it's hard, man. I'm gonna.
You hate LeBron too.
The
It's not
suspense.
I do.
No,
George-
all right. Can
George
I be
Snow,
honest
I-
with our viewers? No suspense here, guys. Nobody's picking the Cavs to win the finals. Go ahead,
what?
go ahead, Alex.
But I think if Kyrie is, because the X factor I think is JR. JR been lights out these last couple of games. So if JR is, I say Golden State in 6, but I don't care. I'm sorry, I don't care. I really don't care.
Hey, shout out to Carmelo for being a good leader too.
Word. In the gym.
Listen, that's not Carmelo's fault, man.
Yeah, it is.
It's about
Yeah.
this. It's about.
It is.
This is the argument I have with people, George.
No,
sorry.
it's no argument.
It's about the system.
Get rid of Derek
bro,
Fisher.
Before
Who did J.R. Smith play with? Who did J.R. Smith play with in Denver?
With Carmelo, but they
Who did he play
made
with
it
in New York?
far. With Carmelo.
And he goes to
As a-
Cleveland, and what does he do? He's a good citizen, isn't he?
This
Because
is
ain't
why
no
I say the
clubs in
system.
Cleveland.
I say
As
the
an
system,
unbiased
bro.
basketball
Oh.
fan,
System.
it's a scathing indictment of Carmelo Anthony.
It is.
That
It
That's
is.
J.R.
Those are facts.
Smith
Nah.
comes out now. Mind you, there's nightlife in Cleveland
It's
is
different.
probably
It's like
going a little-
Connecticut versus New York.
Bro, it
Wait
don't
a
matter.
minute.
Wait, that's the
Wait a
indictment of
minute.
Connecticut. Fire up on that dead ass, yo.
Yeah, we are talking about, man. Anyway, me go alive and I lit, Reggie. Anyway, we did it. All right, sorry guys, sorry.
Yeah,
It's
so I
only
say
90 minutes away. Like y'all act like you're on a different planet. Anyway, yeah, that's like one of the biggest like scathing indictments against Carmelo. I don't know. This is something that I was thinking about. How does Carmelo come back from this? Like,
Yo.
how does Carmelo sit in the free agency room with like a who's gonna be a free agent, like a Jimmy Butler or a Dwayne Wade? Like, yo, come rock with me, yo. You see what
Right.
happened? You see what happened when people leave?
What happened? You just froze.
I mean, it's
Yo, next subject. Y'all getting me the
yeah.
Yeah,
You always
come on,
make
You
it
don't want
about
to
the
talk
Knicks.
about it.
And we're talking about the finals,
Some touchy subject.
and those two things haven't been synonymous for 40 years, man. Anyway,
Wow.
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 That's low.
Wow.
That's slow.
That was a gut punch, Frames.
I feel it.
He just punched you in the gut, man.
I feel it.
So James, can you please bring up your crazy conspiracy theory about the Cavs winning in Oracle Arena in Game
Yeah.
7?
Yeah. I just want to say the name Festus Ezeli one more time. I just want to say Festus. Shout out to Festus. Anyway, yeah, Lex, you should have named your child Festus. That would have been great.
Yo, Festus Frame would have been dope.
That's a
Yo,
grimy rapper name.
Yo, we got a few minutes?
Yeah.
We got a few minutes to talk about the draft?
Okay, anyway, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. I just really believe, especially with that whole coming home thing that the NBA just sucks up. That whole
Oh my God.
return to
yo.
glory situation, which makes me sick.
Yep.
Especially with the millions of contradictions that we can find with that. Because all of a sudden he's a Cleveland dude when he's been claiming Akron
Oh.
for such a long time.
Preach, Jay.
I just think that if in any way the referees can help that situation, like last year, there was nothing the refs could do. The Spurs just came out and smacked the Heat. Like when they didn't win by small margins, those games weren't close. They were smacking them like hard. Okay,
Oh boy.
just nasty. So
How
Every
bad
game.
was it? How bad
Every
was it,
game.
Jay? Did he smack him hard?
There's nothing a ref can do when you get smacked that hard. Okay, other than tripping up, hold it up, man. That's right. Hold it with pride, and still remember.
That's
that
gonna be
man
the
got
last.
All I
smacked
know.
4 times.
All I know. Back to back. All I know.
Like not one of those games, not one where they were like within 5 with like 2 minutes left. No, smacked.
Act like we didn't win game 2
Yeah, won game 2, and I'm proud of you.
in San Antonio.
I'm proud of you. That was a yeoman's effort. And then
And
That's
then
a cramp game.
they turn off the AC and then
that was game 1.
That was
That was
game
game
one.
one.
Cramp
no,
game
I'm
was game
saying
one.
right. Then LeBron and his PMS acted up.
But what happened in Miami? What happened in Miami?
Hey, this is
We're
like an
chips.
extension
Hey,
from
we're
the last
we're
one.
chips. First of all, we're chips. All right.
Yes,
I'm wearing
yes,
nothing.
you are.
So
But here's my point. If
I'm gonna
those
start
games were
acting.
close,
I'm starting acting like I don't have to answer these questions like Lakers fans don't. But continue.
Oh,
but we'll let that go. Anyway,
We won about as many games as Kobe played this year. But continue,
Oh.
James.
you want to do that?
No, I'm just
You
saying.
really-
You went
you really
there
wanna do
first.
that?
You want to do
You
that?
went there first. So I'm
wanna do
just
that?
responding. I'm
get
just
him, James.
responding.
Get him.
I don't think you want to do that.
I'm just responding. That's all I'm
Okay.
saying.
I'm just here for the comments.
Because
Responding.
this year, y'all won as many games as Chris Bosh was able to play. But anyway,
Point taken.
let's go forward.
Oh,
If
Point-
these
point
games are
taken.
close,
listen.
if these games are close, I just don't trust the officials to be fair to Golden State in close games. I just don't. And if it's 3-3, normally in NBA history when it goes to finals, in game 7s, the team that has the best player wins the game 7. Just that, and I've gone back to, I'm 37 years old. I've gone back to every finals I've ever watched. If it's ever gone to a game 7, the team that had the best player won the game 7.
Let's ask this question. Steph Curry's the MVP, right?
Yes.
Is Steph Curry the best player on the floor?
Is Steph Curry the best player in the league?
Nope.
The best player in the league that we, even though we don't like him,
Frame.
we can agree.
Is
the
Steph
best
Curry
player
the
in
best
is
player in the
LeBron
league?
James.
Nah.
Corey?
Carmelo is.
Thank you.
Ah,
Thank you.
Okay. So since we're here, we might as well get back to it. I know we're tracking back a little bit, but did Steph Curry deserve the MVP?
yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hell yes.
I think so. Yep.
All right.
1,000%. Except for you, George.
Here's my argument why I don't believe he deserved the MVP.
No argument.
I believe that James Harden did more with less, led the league in scoring, defended, played without Dwight Howard for a great
He
period of time.
defended
And look, yeah, he defended.
every game.
You're not used to defense. You have Tim Hardaway Jr. and Carmelo Anthony. You traded away Sean.
Wow, yo. It's like
George,
some low blows.
Go
Let
back to your
finish.
point.
Let me just finish my
Go
point.
back to your point.
Y'all
Go back to your
can
point.
go. So, Steph Curry, like Nick has already heard this argument. But Steph Curry's numbers this year, you can go back and look these up, people, whoever's watching this. Steph Curry's numbers this year are the exact same numbers that Allen Iverson had in his rookie season. So it's so hard for me to believe that those numbers are resulting in you getting an MVP trophy. I just don't buy
Well,
it. But if that's the whole, best player and the best team thing, then that's one thing. All I'm
George,
saying in it is the person that balled out the most in those 82 games this year was James Harden to
George,
me,
if you're
and
gonna go by
he
numbers,
got. No, 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 no.
if you're
I'm
gonna
not
go,
going by. I'm not just going by numbers. The Rockets were number 2 in the best conference in basketball.
yes, they were.
And as we have all documented by picking the Warriors, we've all referenced how deep their bench is. Have we not?
Okay, let's talk about this
And
then.
and,
Let's talk about the.
and I don't remember who said it, but somebody said even if Steph has an off game, it was Corey that said it. Even if Steph has an off game, somebody from that Golden State team can still step up and get the job done.
Here's
It's not the
the
same case. It's not the same case in Houston. It's just
here's the
not.
reason why
James
Steph
Harden
Curry.
didn't, James Harden wasn't afforded that ability to have an off game all year, and he brought his team to second in the West.
Here's the
So
reason why.
that's just my argument for I just don't get how you can just average 23 points a game, less points than
Let him
James Harden.
make his point.
Seven
We hear
is-
your point.
7 assists a game, which is the same as James Harden, with less talent around him.
Okay. If you consider Josh Smith, Jason Terry, Corey Brewer, Dante Montehunas, Terrence Jones as less talent,
Prigioni.
Did he have that talent all year?
they had the talent for most of the year.
Did he
Yes.
have it all year?
Not from game one, but they had it for most of the year.
Are the Golden State
Okay.
Warriors the Golden State Warriors from day one till now?
The Golden State Warriors are the same team except for Sean Livingston. This is the same team that they had last year, and they didn't do this last year. Okay. Second point, Houston, until it took the last game of the season for Houston to get the number 2 seed. They
So,
could have been the number 6
It's
seed.
an
but
82
San
game
Antonio-
award.
Hold on. They would have been the
It's
number
for the
6 seed.
season.
They would have been the number 6 seed if San Antonio didn't lose. That was
Man,
a 2-game
if
difference.
if my uncle
Wait, I'll
had
let you make your point.
breasts,
Let me make mine.
if
Let me
my
make
uncle
mine.
had breasts, he'll be my auntie, man. You can't give me the what ifs, bro.
I'm not giving
But
you
he's
one-
making his point, though. Let him
Listen
make
to
his
what I'm
point.
saying. Listen to what I'm saying. There was a 2-game difference between the number 2 seed and the number 6 seed in the West. A 2-game difference. There was an 11-game difference between the number 2 seed and the number 1 seed.
Is that it? So you're saying that the MVP should be a team? If you're giving me the argument that it's a team award that should always go to the best player and the best team, then that's one thing. Because to say that he deserved the MVP, but nobody's saying he's the best player on the court in the finals is kind of a contradiction.
He's
Because
not
you
better than
comparing him to
LeBron
LeBron
James.
James.
He's not better than LeBron James as an individual basketball player. But he has been the
okay.
best player in every
year.
series that he has been in up until this point. Even the one that he just came out of when they just beat James Harden in 5 games.
So we still don't think that Steph's going to be the best player on the court, even
He's
though
not LeBron. LeBron James is a better player than Steph Curry. Okay? But
okay.
the way Steph Curry played this year, he set the tone for how they
23
played
points
this
a
year.
game, same numbers as Allen Iverson in his rookie year.
Okay?
Yeah, he missed
Antoine Jameson
16
averaged
quarters.
25 points a game one year. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He didn't have the Allen Iverson is not playing on this team this year. This is a different team. This is a different circumstance. You can't
He's-
go by that.
He's
You
a
can't
media
go by
darling.
what you actually
Of
have to watch
course.
the games and not just
Because
read the
when you
stats.
look at the MVPs, when my son looks at MVPs 10, 20 years from now, he's gonna look and he's gonna see Kevin Durant with 32 points a game, and he's gonna see this 30 and this 30 and this 30, and then he's gonna see Steve Nash, and he's gonna be like, "What's this?"
Yeah.
And then he's gonna see Steph Curry, and he's gonna be like, "What's this?"
And if you back up to my era, he can see Magic Johnson, who won 3 MVPs and never averaged more than 20 points a game, but for one of those years.
What were the full numbers though?
He averaged like 18 a game. 18
What
or
were the
19
full?
a game.
Not just the points, because I gave you assists.
But he give you
Steph-
double digit. He give you double digit assists, but he averaged 18
Steph Curry,
points.
did Steph Curry give you double-digit assists? Let Alex and Nick talk.
Yeah, but wait a second though.
But James Harden didn't give you double digits.
He missed a lot of
either.
quarters. He missed a lot of quarters, man. As far as like his
because
time.
his team
Yeah, but
did well.
Look at what he's doing in the playoffs when he's playing, though, George. That's the point.
That team doesn't play the way that they play.
Give you 38.
That team does not play the way that they play. If Steph Curry didn't turn who he turned into this year, he set the tone for how they play.
I completely agree. I agree, man.
This is my last question. Do the Rockets make the playoffs without James Harden?
Yeah.
Neither does the Warriors. The Warriors don't go there in that way.
The
Pelicans don't make without Anthony Davis.
Whoa. The Warriors don't make the playoffs without.
Not in the West. Heck no.
Nah.
The West is tough, bro.
Nope.
No.
Impossible.
So Steph Curry is worth 20 plus games.
He's worth at least 12 or 13.
Do y'all see that team?
His wins against replacement is like top 2, man.
All right, we just got the y'all.
Facts. Those are facts, man. I'm not pulling this out of my butt.
I know. I mean, I'm giving facts too. 23-7.
And they were like plus 116 when he was on the court. When he's on the floor,
that's all that matters.
They play the difference that he makes. It takes him to an astronomical level. It does.
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking numbers. Y'all give me a bunch of it's like I can't figure out the word for it. I think
I see what you're saying. You're giving 23 games, but he's telling you once he walks on the court, it's different. If he's on the court, yes, but when he gets on the court, it goes from like a plus 10 to a plus 160, bro.
And George, if you want to go by stats, the player who had the best stats this year was Anthony Davis. If you want to go by stats,
and he's going to be MVP next year too. So
that's true.
I agree. I'm co-signing his MVP next year.
He's a beast, but it can't just be that. We can't just skim through the book. We got to read the whole thing.
I'm not skimming through the book. You literally just discounted the fact that the Rockets were the second seed because it had
but what he's saying is he's saying they won that second seed because the Spurs lost to the Pelicans.
They won the second seed because they won their. It had nothing to do with the Spurs. I mean,
yes, it did. The Spurs would have been a 2 seed.
No, hold on. You're gonna break an 82-game season down to 1 game at the end. That's what you're telling me right now?
I mean,
that's what happened.
He was MVP. He was MVP back in March. I mean, I'm just telling you what it is.
Listen,
he's a media darling. He's a media darling. If he would have averaged 19 points a game, he'd have still won the MVP, in my opinion.
No, I don't agree with that.
And when the NBA Player Awards come up next month, I don't think he's gonna win for MVP in that.
To be fair, MVPs are always subjective anyway.
Right, so, exactly.
They're always subjective. The one thing that isn't subjective is what we're about to watch tomorrow. You can't argue with champs. So, I mean, we can go through the last 15 years. You could pick a player who won the MVP and somebody else should have. You know what I mean? Like
Steve Nash both times.
Both times. And, you talk about a guy getting somebody to the playoffs. Kobe should have got MVP in 06 for what he had to play with. So.
Good point.
No.
Good point.
You don't get MVP for making it to the playoffs, yo.
But playing with Smush Parker and Kwame Brown, yeah.
The number 1 overall pick
with alligator arms. No, man.
Well, guys.
Foul. Anyway, but I mean, you could go through the years and see a player like I don't believe Karl Malone should have won it a couple of times. Like
But that right there. That's voter fatigue. Because what year does Michael Jordan not deserve the MVP?
Yeah, but Karl Malone was a beast, though. Come on, man.
That's also true too.
Yo, his MVP numbers were stupid, yo.
Okay, but he's not the only beast. And there's the thing. We've had a league. We just did this argument. I'm not saying James Harden wasn't a great player. I had a closer seat than all of y'all. And this dude was phenomenal. He wasn't the only one that was phenomenal this year. Russell Westbrook was phenomenal this year too.
Oh, that's
good point.
If you ask
but he only
me,
did it in 57 games, so I don't really count.
That's a lot of games, dude.
But he was the most. He had the freshest legs, so I don't count him.
I don't.
He missed a lot of games. So.
That doesn't make any sense to me. when they put out,
he had the freshest legs to me.
When they put out
57 games.
When NBA, I don't know if you guys follow the NBA on Instagram. They posted the top 5 in each stat category, and Russell Westbrook was in 4 of the categories, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
He was in scoring. No, I'm sorry. Westbrook led the league in scoring. I'm sorry. So I was wrong there. He was in assists. He was in steals. And I think he might have been in rebounding, if I'm not mistaken. Dude, 6'3".
That's crazy.
Here we go.
Nick don't like it when I make reference to people height. So
6'3"? Come on, man. The dude is super athletic.
He's the average.
You can't say that. He's not like a
he's the
Steph Curry
average NBA
6'3".
player
Come
height.
on.
Well, Steph really ain't 6'3". But I mean, if I could have an MVP for this year without making the playoffs, but Russ was just amazing to me this year.
Yes, he was.
Amazing.
Yes, he was.
Unfortunately, I don't know what's wrong with the Thunder. I mean, Kevin Durant feet. Never mind.
We digress, man. We digress.
Because I want him to come to Miami. So.
I want him to come to the Knicks.
Oh God.
You won't get no shots.
And play where? Like the Knicks is gonna be voting for can we have 24-minute quarters just so we can have enough shots?
Hey George, you know who the Knicks need? Festus
Jesus.
Ezeli.
Nah, they need Rasho Nesterovic.
Yo, I'm saying.
Rasho. I'm sorry, man.
It's all good. It's all good.
All right, so are we gonna touch on the draft real quick?
Real quick, real fast.
Real fast.
Ito.
I don't really got nothing to say. We picking 10th. I want Mr. Johnson from Arizona for the Heat.
I thought you wanted the other dude, Karominski or whatever his name was.
Frank Kaminsky.
I mean, if we don't sign Whiteside back,
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind having Kaminsky because he could kind of stretch the floor. But I think Whiteside, Bosh, Dragic, hopefully Dwayne Wade. I mean, it's just I'm being real. I'm being realistic about the thing because I love my team. We usually take care of our people. That's why I'm finding it so hard to believe that it's going down this route with Dwayne, and I don't like all the leaks that are happening right now.
Yeah, but where are the leaks coming from though?
I don't know, and I don't
They're
like
coming from
it,
Wade's
though.
camp.
They're coming from Wade's camp.
It's coming from
That's
both
where it's coming
sides,
from.
though. It's
No.
coming from both sides. Trey, you
That's
all
coming
right?
from Wade's camp, bro.
Come from Wade's camp, man.
It's coming from both sides. You can tell.
It's not good though.
It's not. And I mean, I feel like him and LeBron got some up their sleeve.
I agree. No,
Yeah,
I
Can I be
agree.
honest? Can I be honest right now?
I agree.
They try to blow that junk off, and then LeBron got all soft and sentimental because he came down to Miami and got whooped on in his first return back to Miami, and then he got all soft and sentimental with Dwayne, forgot to put his jersey over his mouth, and then just said of like, yo, if this don't work out, me and you, we gonna do it all over again. Like you can't. There's no way to misinterpret that. There's
agree.
no way to misinterpret that. So,
I
Like
definitely
LeBron's
agree.
manipulation skills are top notch, man. I mean, he could really like be a pastor once he retires. From
he
basketball.
left. He left Miami because his mother didn't get full access to Miami's arena, and his boys couldn't sit on the same side of the court as the Miami Heat bench.
Hey, man, I'd leave too.
Yeah.
He left
That's crazy.
He left Miami because he couldn't run the Heat like he ran the Cavs, and he saw Kyrie and a chance to get Kevin Love. I'm telling you right
Went
now.
back to a dude that pretty much called him the N-word without saying it in that letter.
Yes.
Like, I mean, I couldn't look at my son. My son is over there making so much noise right now, and I'm wondering why. But I wouldn't be able to look at my son's face in a couple, because like his son, like little Bronny's gonna go back and be like, "Yo, Dad, you came back to this dude after he said all this stuff about you," and he ain't
But
saying
it's a good life lesson though to teach him.
The Lord said to forgive.
he ain't
Not to hold
saved.
grudges, man.
He ain't
And
saved.
forget.
He ain't saved.
You right here,
Y'all
Lord.
crazy. Y'all
Right.
crazy.
The
Okay.
Illuminati. You right.
Let me tell you something. If Kyrie Irving is not on that team, LeBron is still in Miami. Y'all, this whole coming home nonsense that everybody's just buying and soaking up. If Kyrie Irving isn't on that team and they don't have the opportunity to get Kevin Love, then he's not coming back to Cleveland. He would have been in Miami again. So all of that stuff is just, and it amazes me how quick we just accept certain narratives and just go with it and act like nothing's wrong. He called Miami 4 years of college. So like it was his college years. Hilarious.
Bass George said, I wouldn't be surprised if they planning something. That would not surprise me at all.
Hey, Nick loves this kind of stuff.
I love it, yo. I'm like wondering what you gonna do if Wade leaves.
Bruh. I don't.
Yo, George would be a man without a word to say about nothing. You just
I ain't got. I literally. I'm just gonna be like. I'm just like, we gonna do our sports talk, and I'm just gonna press record and just be like,
oh my gosh! I don't
thanks
think
for
so.
coming, guys. See you next time. That's what I'm gonna say. It's hello. Like, I'm gonna be literally. I'm just gonna be a doorkeeper. I'm gonna be an usher. I'm gonna open the door. Let y'all go.
Bosh.
Y'all got Bosh.
A whole bunch. They
Man.
paid him a whole bunch of money too.
Yo, if Bosh was healthy, we'd be in the Eastern Conference Finals against the Cavs.
Heck no.
What?
Heck no.
Dragic, Wade, Dang, Bosh, Whiteside. Are you
Nah.
kidding me?
Hey,
We'd
what
have been in
happened
the
to
Eastern Conference Finals. I didn't say we were going to the finals. I said we would have been in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Nah, I don't think so.
No, hey, Nick, as weak as the East is, absolutely they would have been in the
That's
finals.
a good point.
I don't
That's a good point. Okay. Yeah, it was.
Come on now.
Atlanta would.
Alex can't do it because he's a Knicks fan. They just hate the Heat. He can't do it. But when you really sit down and think about the thing, that's why I broke my heart when Bosh got hurt the same day.
Dragic got signed.
Dragic got traded to the Heat.
Yo, do you think he's coming back?
Blood
He's gonna be signed?
clot. What?
Dragic, you think he's coming back?
I think oh God. I think everybody's coming back, including Dwayne Wade. That's all I can say, yo.
That's what you think?
I can't.
That's what you wish.
I can't be realistic. I can see. I don't know, man. Because if Dwayne opts out,
he's not coming back, right?
Because this is all right. You know what? This is my nightmare. Dwayne opts out. Kevin Love leaves. Dwayne joins the team.
Man.
Because remember, JR and Shump are gonna be free agents too, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So I mean, I don't see them signing back both of those guys.
I do.
Don't go like I'm talking to you. That's what's talking to you.
I don't know.
We'll see.
That's a whole other.
It's gonna be very interesting, man.
Yeah.
I can't wait for these games tomorrow. Are they on ESPN or ABC?
I
think ABC.
ABC, yeah.
Oh, good. I can watch them then. Good.
Yeah. All right, guys. We said in our pre-production that we were going to try to keep this to 20 minutes, but we did it again.
Hey,
I hope you guys
that's
enjoyed.
what happens when you don't have commercials.
We need a
Until we get some
sponsor.
YouTube sponsors.
We need a sponsor. So for myself, Nick, James, Alex, Corey, DJ, and everybody else that wanted to be here.
I think DJ at Applebee's right now. So
DJ is at Applebee's right now, serenading somebody over a 2 for $20.
I'm gonna go talk to my wife about this Festus severely.
Yes.
Sounds like,
Yes.
I'm gonna go talk.
All right, y'all.
All right,
guys. Yo, good seeing you guys again, man.
Best to Cecily.